here is the finished little bar area that's just off of the living room. I'll show you guys kind of like the full picture in a minute, but I have to say that I actually didn't anticipate that I would finish this space so quickly, because I really didn't know how I wanted it to look. And I thought I was really gonna have to start from scratch in a lot of ways. But then one thing led to another, and I just thought I would at least start by clearing the space out. And then I was really just playing around with all of these prints that I already had before I moved here. Previously, they were in a little gallery wall situation. And when I moved into this house, it was actually one of the things that I wasn't quite sure where I was going to use it. And actually, I thought in the end that I was going to use them in the formal dining room, but then again, one thing led to another. I just wanted to at least clear the space, and then again, I really started playing with no intention. I just decided to get the camera out in case I came up with anything, and then this just kind of happened and got put together, and I'm obsessed with it. I love how it turned out. Now, we're not big drinkers in terms of like alcohol, but I did still want this to have like a bar feel, so I'll kind of take you guys through the entire process. But as you can see, I have all of my prints from the gallery wall, again from the previous house, all stacked up here. So what I did in the first layer was I took my biggest prints and put them at the top. The reason why I went with the biggest on top instead of like on the bottom is just because there's quite a bit of like ceiling or height space at the top, and I thought that they would just fill in really, really well. And then of course I added some type of like garland there that I already had on hand, and then I thought it needed a little extra something that just kind of made it very vibey, I guess, or just ultra cozy and comfy. And of course the answer is always some type of lighting, candles, lamps, or something. So I went with these candles. I'm obsessed with them. They're from Amazon. They're probably one of my favorite candles I've ever found. They're LED, so they're controlled by a remote, and I'll go ahead and insert a nighttime shot for you guys here so you can see what it looks like at night. They have a very realistic like flame to them, and they're also in this like amber glass, so when it lights up at night, the glass kind of gets a little bit darker. They do come in different colors as well if like amber's not your style. So I will link them down below. I'll also link my prints, and I believe that the frames are also all from Amazon as well. So the prints I got from Etsy, and then I think I had to have them. I don't remember how I did this, to be honest. I think it was like a digital download, and then I had to have them printed myself. I'm not sure that the Etsy shop actually mailed me the physical files, so just kind of keep that in mind if you're interested. But this is all like one gallery print from the seller, so she kind of like put all of these prints together as one, basically. I didn't like hand pick them each on my own, which you can do, but I already liked what she had. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some up close shots in case you're new to my channel and you did not see the gallery wall in the last house. But we've got a little building and a little town there. And then on this second level, we have just some floral, and then over here it's like a little country landscape. It's kind of hard to show the pictures with the reflection. And then on the bottom there is like a sailboat, and then just like a little town square of people kind of, you know, running their errands. So I like how they overlap there, and then I separated them here. And then this piece right here was something that I actually did quite a bit of research on. I knew I wanted something vintage, and I found this amber glass set, and I believe this is from the 70s. All right, so then again, kept it really simple. I could have gone with, you know, a lot of like bottles and drinkware, and actually that's where I was headed. I thought I was gonna put like a bunch of like different cups and stuff, but I really think that this turned out exactly like my style and very simple too in a way. I feel like it's very fresh and clean, and I'll also talk about why I like this way rather than having it stacked with a bunch of like glassware. I'll talk about that in a second. Just gonna finish off the bottom. So the bottom, very clean, very simple. Did not really want to have a lot going on the countertop. I did another little double stack here at the bottom, just kind of leaned them against each other. None of these are actually nailed into the wall. They're just sitting and leaning. And then these bottles are special. They're actually my daughter's 21st birthday bottles that we had. So they're empty, completely empty, but you know, they're special because they're a milestone. And then we have the mini fridge right here. Again, because we're not big drinkers, I decided that I would stock this with drinks that were just like non-alcoholic, but I also wanted to make sure that they were like really fun drinks that we don't necessarily grab for all the time, because I do have a second fridge in the garage and we keep our typical stuff, water, ginger ale, Sprites, like all of those regular drinks that we love. So in this fridge, I wanted it to be really unique things that we wouldn't necessarily drink every day, but something we would just kind of like grab on occasion. So I got some Orangina. This actually reminds me of Frasier. And then this is a prebiotic soda actually, by a company called Poppy. This lady like created this probiotic drink. I got it in the orange flavor. They also have it in raspberry. I love my coconut water. And then I've got some Italian drinks right here, and I'm really excited because I actually haven't had these in a really long time. I've got them in orange and a lemon flavor, and just like look how pretty the can is. So pretty. And then some pineapple juice, and then I do have ginger ale here, but these are glass. These are kind of like specialty ones because they're in glass rather than a can. So I really like these. And this one actually has a really unique like flavor to it. It's very sweet, like more so than the others. But I just thought it was like fun to kind of put, you know, some different style ginger ale bottles in here. I actually really wanted to do that with these as well. They come in different formats as well, but I could only find them in the can. This thing likes to beep all the time, but I really love how it turned out. It will defog in a minute. It was just because I had it open, but I think that this area looks effective for what it was designed for. We do have the drinks. Yeah, but I also wanted to make sure that it didn't have too much going on. So earlier when I said I would talk about it, this is what I mean, is that because of the way this was designed, I don't know why this was put with the living room space, but that's why I wanted to keep it kind of more decor rather than serving like a kitchen function of serving drinks. So that's why I wanted to go with this style of having more decor and photos rather than seeing a bunch of glassware and a bunch of bottles and things like that. Now, if this space had been built more in line with the kitchen, I probably would have taken it maybe a little bit of a different route. But again, because it's literally in the living room, I just didn't want to see too much like glassware. So when you're standing or watching TV in the living room, essentially like this is the view. Again, I'm still not like the biggest fan of them even like putting something here, but on the flip side, I do actually love how everything got styled, but I did want to kind of take a step back just so you can kind of see what my view looks like, you know, when I am sitting down on the couch and I'm watching TV. Yeah, I just didn't want this space. I mean, there is a lot going on, but I also don't think it's overly busy, at least maybe not in my opinion. So I really love how it turned out, and I'm kind of surprised again because I had no plans for it to look like this. I was just kind of playing around, kind of tired of it having stuff everywhere, and through all of that, I fell in love with everything that I did here. So I hope that you guys got any ideas for like a small, you know, awkward little space, if you even have one of those in your house. But this is what I did with mine. I just decided to throw in some more decor and stock the little mini fridge, and that's it. Voila, all done. The only thing that I bought that was new for it is this glass, and then obviously the drinks. But other than that, everything I already had on hand, and that's the bar area. So I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.